Right now, what hurts the most, it's the uncertainties.
As U.S. President Donald Trump's 25% tariffs on aluminum and steel entering the U.S. from Canada took effect on Wednesday, in Quebec, just the threat of tariffs has already had an impact. Cyrell AMP, a company located on Montreal's South Shore that produces building panels from aluminum and galvanized steel, says that they have already lost $1.5 million in contracts because of the uncertainties that came from Trump's tariff threats.
We could live with the consequences on the short term of 25%, but now if we're talking 50 or 75%, that makes no sense.
With the tariffs, Cyrell AMP says that it can still operate, but they've had to lay off 10 employees.
We've got about 15% of our employees, and we've reduced the shifts. We had a night shift. Now we reduced it to an 8-hour day on a 4-day per week, as opposed to having a 5-day per week with night shifts.
Nova Steel, a North American company, produces steel pipe in Montreal. They say that they haven't had to lay anyone off yet because the price of steel in the U.S. has risen substantially in the last month, so they can still remain competitive despite the 25% tariff.
We're good for a couple of months. I foresee us as, if the tariffs went to 50% like he threatened earlier this week, we would have been in a lot of trouble and stopped shipments, but at 25% we can get by.
The tariffs on aluminum and steel are having an impact in other regions of Quebec as well. In Drummondville, Mayor Stephanie Lacoste says that close to 3,000 jobs are at risk in the region.
We are very much worried about these tariffs because they will have direct impact on our economy and our citizens.
Alu Quebec, which represents about 40,000 jobs in the Quebec aluminum industry, says that many U.S. companies had already stopped purchasing aluminum products because of the tariff threats, and this has forced some layoffs, but that more could be on the way because Quebec companies export about 10 to 15% of their local production to the U.S.
Some companies will have a tough financial time if the situation stays the same. We don't wish to see any closures, but everything's possible at this point. I mean, it's crazy times, again, which doesn't make sense.
If President Trump is in power for the next 4 years, we need to prepare for that. It may create some opportunity, but we doubt it. This is something that, unfortunately, we have to deal with.
In Montreal, Gareth Madoc-Jones, City News.